Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make possibly the most comfort food of all time. That is Sanbeiji 3 cups chicken. But that's the thing. I love the flavor of Sanbeiji, but I just don't want to deal with all the bones on the dining table. So I'm going to make boneless Sanbeiji today and reserve the bone to make a broth and use the broth to braise the chicken. Let's dive into the details. This is a beautiful skin on a chicken thigh, a drumstick, and this is the bone that I reserve it to make a broth. And then I will use the broth to reduce it to a gravy for the chicken. In other words, I debone it but not deflavor it. Place the bone into a small pot and add some water, just enough to cover it. Bring it to a boil to make a bone stock, which will be used to braise the chicken. While making the bone stock, I've already cut the ginger into slices, smashed some garlic cloves, and cleaned a few pieces of dry chilies. And wash and clean a bunch of basil leaves. I'm using a clay pot today to make the sanbeiji, which is very commonly used for this dish. You can use any other pot if you don't have the clay pot, but clay pots, the heat distribution is very even and therefore it is very good to braise any meats. Now let's heat up the sesame oil in the clay pot. Now lots of people say, don't use sesame oil to sear or stir fry anything. Oh yes, it is because the smoking point of sesame oil is not very high. So today I'm not going to use high heat to cook, so it is okay. The goal is to add the flavor of sesame oil to the chicken together with the ginger and the garlic, which I use quite a lot, and also add a little bit of spiciness with the dry chilies. So over low heat, low to medium heat, not too high, and start to extract the flavor from all these ingredients. This process is called bao. In Cantonese, we call it bao香佢, which means that to make all these ingredients to become fragrant. It only needs about 1 to 2 minutes. Now we add the chicken. Mix the chicken well with the garlic, chili, and the ginger. Now season the chicken. And sanbeiji, the main thing that is required is 3 items. That's why 3 cups chicken. That is the soy sauce I've just put, and the sesame oil that I used to saute the ginger and the garlic, and also wine. In the purest sense, sanbeiji is 3 cups chicken. This is just 3 cups of all the items that I mentioned: the wine, the soy sauce, and sesame oil. But over time, the formula has changed so much that we have included many other things. As you can see that we have ginger, garlic, and also I'll add some rock sugar into it. Once it returns to a boil, turn down the heat and then let it simmer slowly. The goal is to reduce the liquid to a thick gravy. A very important step is to keep the temperature low, use low to medium heat to make sure that the chicken is tender. Let's get back to the bone stock. I have already reduced it to very minimum now. It's very thick, concentrated, and I need to remove all the bones and only use the concentrated liquid, which I will then add back to the chicken. That's a concentrated stock that I got it from the bone. Now let's add back this concentrated gravy. This is liquid gold. Back to the chicken. That is going to even enhance further of the flavor of the chicken. So at this stage, you can continue over medium to low heat until the gravy becomes really thickened. If you find that there's too much liquid inside and you do not want to overcook the chicken, one way you can do is to scoop out the chicken and concentrate the liquid, and after that put it back again. Let's look at the color. I would prefer it to be slightly darker. So add a tablespoon of dark soy sauce into it. It looks much better now. The liquids are much reduced. Let me put the chicken back. Spoon the gravy onto the chicken from time to time, as now the gravy starts to thicken and the chickens are not fully submerged. It is also a good way to check the thickness of the gravy. Now it is quite thick. Now it is really what I want. Look at it. It covers and coats the metal spoon. And look at the bubble, is so nice. So now it is the final step. What I'm going to do is now I will switch it off. You can see that it is still bubbling after I switch it off because of the earthenware, which really can retain the heat. And I add a little bit more of the sesame oil plus the whole bunch of the basil. Scatter on top of it. And then cover it. Okay, 1 minute is up. Oh, still bubbling because of the earthenware really retains the flavor and also the heat. Let me remove it from the stove. Then garnish with some fresh red chili and some fresh basil to serve. That's how to make Sanbeiji 3 cups chicken today, which is boneless, but I still retain all the flavor of the bone by making the bone stock and put it back and braise together with the chicken. So it is a win-win way to get all the flavor and serve without the bone. If you want to get the recipe, I've included in the description below the video and also at the end of this video for your reference. Thanks for watching, and I hope you will try this recipe. Let me know the result, and I hope to share with you more tips and more recipe in the future. So make sure to subscribe, tap the notification, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.